Paul Begley believes he's spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, but not all Christians agree with that. Fear has always been used throughout the centuries to persuade people. It is a tactic of men, and it is still employed today to get us to do things or to believe ideas that we might not ordinarily embrace. Paul Begley's YouTube ministry appears to base itself in the fear of apocalyptic revelations, and it brings the calling to a new level, both of intensity and of quantity, with 2, 3, or more videos produced each day, all weaving current news events into a tapestry of prophetic nightmares and destruction. And a mission to search out the likes of anything resembling good or uplifting news mentioned anywhere on this channel would be a weary task at best. Unless, of course, the good news pertains to Paul himself or his ministry. Now wait a minute. I know what you're saying, but he's preaching the gospel. My question to you is, what gospel is he preaching? The gospel of Jesus Christ? Where is the talk about feeding the hungry? Where is the effort to get a roof over the heads of those living in the streets? Where's the concern for your fellow man? Paul does not hesitate to expound on his list of Bible-predicted current catastrophes, and will go on and on parading about, adding up the tornado victims, and the storm victims, and the earthquake victims. Yet, hardly a syllable is wasted pledging any help to them at all. Not a finger lifted for any of them, almost as if they were just trophies on an end times evidence mantle. What about compassion, peace, or mercy? Anything heard about generosity? And I don't mean your generosity in buying Paul Begley's book or clicking on the donation tab on his website. And Paul, I know you're going to call me a scoffer, but if I'm not mistaken, part of the gospel is to guard against false teachers, to test each spirit, and I am testing right now. It only takes exposure to a handful of Paul Begley's YouTube sermons to discern the picture that he paints of mankind. In its current state, it's a world of unredeemable atheistic savages and war-mongering criminals in league with the darkest powers, bent only on destroying this world. But is that the entire picture? Tell me, have you ever heard any of these news stories on Paul Begley's channel? That after a terrorist bombing at a Coptic Christian church in Egypt, thousands of Muslims, including 2 sons of Hosni Mubarak, arrived a week later to act as human shields protecting Christians attending Mass from possible attack. Did he mention the number of people facing imminent starvation in Somalia dropped by 2/3, thanks to the onset of rainfall and the increase of food aid deliveries? How about the breakthrough treatment for leukemia by using genetically altered white blood cells to help destroy the disease? Has Paul ever mentioned that according to the statistics released by the FBI in September of 2011, that despite economic hardships, violent crime in the United States declined by 6.5% last year? Did Paul ever talk about charity water? 8-year-old Rachel Beckwith wished she could raise $300 for her 9th birthday as a donation towards her goal of bringing clean water to African villagers. Unfortunately, Rachel was killed in an auto accident and never saw her 9th birthday. But after she died, the donations poured in, exceeding $1 million. I guess besides only giving you half of the gospel, he's only giving you half of the news as well.